Good morning, guys. We have got a load in Bella. All kinds of goodies in here. So what are we going to be going up and doing today, babe?
Today we're delivering heaters to Newland, a Ruck rack, thanks to Jason Morgan at Ruck Rack, to Pensacola for them to make deliveries in hard-to-reach areas. Gives them a little bit extra carry room. And then we are going to Bakersville and Green Mountain to deliver hot meals for Rising Relief. Yeah,
Think
Rising
that's it?
Relief. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so let's go deliver some goodies and hot meals. All right, guys, we are in Newland, North Carolina, and as you can see, they got quite a bit of snow yesterday and the day before. And think about that when you think about people not having power for another 6 months even. It's probably 32 degrees up here right now, and that's at lunchtime. So imagine tonight with no power. So there's a pasture out here that is set up inside of a Quick Jack store, and they're taking care of about 100 families. So we're gonna drop some heaters and propane off here. So we're gonna do, at this stop, we're gonna do propane, the hose kits for the buddy heaters. We've got some fire extinguishers.
So any refrigerator meats.
Do you guys have a refrigerator?
Yeah, we have two here, one outside, the freezer outside.
Is it like a chest freezer?
Yeah, well, we got a chest freezer and a whatever, stand-up freezer.
Okay.
And then we got two more coming today.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know, so, but that's the only thing we have is whatever people brings is what people get.
Okay.
Refrigerated.
So you're looking for refrigerated meats.
refrigerated meats.
What else?
Sandwich meats, things like that.
Yeah, anything. Anything to help them get through the holiday, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And the big thing you brought this morning was heaters and propane,
Okay.
but also laundry detergent, Clorox, brooms, mops. We had whole stacks of brooms here this morning. This place been
And they're
packed.
gone.
They're gone. This place been packed this morning.
How many people do you think you see
Every
coming
day.
up here? Yeah.
Every day, 100, 120 a day.
Wow. And what's the address for this place?
1833 Elk Park Highway, Newland, North Carolina, 28657.
Perfect. And what are we calling it? Are we calling it
Loving
something?
Hands.
Loving Hands. All
Loving
right,
Hands
guys.
Ministry.
So you heard what he needs.
So laundry detergent, fresh meats,
Clorox.
Clorox.
Brooms, mops, dish liquid. Trying to think what else people's asked for.
Dish detergent.
So can people send stuff to this address?
Yes, they
if
can.
they want to ship straight to
If
this
they wanna
address
have
from Amazon?
or Sam's.
Perfect,
we
guys.
get
You hear
some from
that?
Sam's Club, everywhere.
And you guys plan on being here for the long haul?
We're here until there's no more need.
Perfect.
There's a
All
lot
right.
that's shut down. Today's our last day.
So guys, I'll put that address in the
We're
description
We,
below.
we right now and go ahead and make a post on social media because we're from Lenore, so we're not far.
Yeah.
So if I make a post and tell people, hey, let's go ahead and either drop it off on my porch so we can bring it back up, or if somebody wants to go ahead and start collecting and come on up, and then we can get this center filled up for you.
Yeah,
All right.
we go through a lot here.
Yeah.
One thing we don't need is baby diapers.
Yeah, we've heard.
All right.
We
So
have a lot
are
of
there other things you don't want people to bring?
We don't need baby diapers,
Feminine
hygiene,
products.
feminine products,
You got plenty of those.
toothbrushes. Everybody's gonna get a toothbrush in their stocking for Christmas.
We've had a lot of people ask if there's a need for can openers.
We have plenty of can openers.
All
We have
right.
2 or 3 boxes, but people are taking them.
Good.
You know, and because a lot of people, and we still have about 100. I want to say 100 families still in motels.
Okay.
That's displaced by the storm.
Yep.
We gave out 9 tiny homes here beside. We had them sitting here. We passed them out, put them in the area for people to live in.
Okay.
7 campers. I'm headed to Georgia and Wilkesboro next week to pick up 2 more campers, 2 more families, so we can get them out of the motel.
Okay.
Because what little bit FEMA has done, Just let them stay in a motel, but they're gonna give them a certain date. They got to get out.
They run out.
We don't get no FEMA help. Don't want none.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Hey, that's what we're seeing everywhere we go.
Yeah,
It's
been
awful.
the trend.
Everywhere I
Government
go.
we got. You can't call them a government.
Nope. 100%.
But it's been people like
That's
you
the
all.
main reason we started filming.
Yeah, it's been people like you all and all the churches and the local people around. People, we've had people coming from 20 states
Yep.
to bring stuff, bring products.
We had folks come down for us from Nebraska, Montana.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it's been that way for us. Arkansas, Minnesota, Chicago. We've got right now, well, they're not today because they can't get in here, volunteers. One came from Kentucky and one from Nashville. They come in here and volunteer, sorting stuff, putting it up.
Yep.
They've done all this stuff, which you can't tell us now.
It's a constant need.
Well, so with this weather taking this turn and you guys getting all that snow, so I heard you say refrigerated meats and things like that,
Yes,
but
sir.
so are heaters still super big on the
Oh,
list?
yes. Right now we're in a phase of electric heaters. I tell people, as long as we got electricity, use your electric heat. Save your propane.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Because propane is getting on a short for us to get.
Yep.
Hard for us to get. So we're saying if you get 100 people in here today, 100 families, and 40 of them's asking for propane, and you don't have that need, then we're telling them, take this electric heater, use it, and then keep your propane for when the power goes out.
Okay.
So you'll have heat.
So we need a mix, guys, a healthy mix of electric heaters and propane.
All right, sounds good.
But
All right, guys, we're out here with Jeff. You may remember him from our Camp Miller video. He's showing us some of the devastation out here.
How this landslide took place.
So this was a giant landslide, guys. So once I get up here, I'll pan around.
Here, right? That's the foundation.
Look at that, all the way up there.
So there's a 7-foot retaining wall here, which it's down to about 3 now. So it's got another probably 1.5 to 2 foot down.
Oh,
Then
wow.
it breaks out about 6 feet, and then it drops down another 4. So if you'll notice here behind you where the cars see the natural slope down to where the lumber is, and then
Yep.
all of a sudden it starts raising back up what we're standing on. This is all mud from the mountain.
Wow.
This is all. So her basement is right there where the tank is.
So that would have been
So
a
it's
basement.
filled in. Completely filled in.
So I'll tell you how it
Now
filled
the
in.
house.
This is crazy.
So here's the house, guys.
So that's
the house.
So she had washer and dryer in the basement. The washer and dryer is outside the house over there. So the mud blew out the bottom and then pushed it all up right there in the corner.
Wow.
But there was 2 or 3 major trees that she had on top of the roof holding it down. And then right now there's 4 major big trees like this one here that literally impaled the side of this wall and just blew it out. She was standing right there. See where that little light fixture is right there?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the kitchen. She was standing in the window watching this mountain give way.
Wow.
Now, if you'll
Where
notice,
that light fixture
cover where you
is,
can see,
guys.
you notice the spring that's coming out of the top of that rock?
Yeah.
So that was a natural spring at the very top. And there's 3 places where that spring's coming out. So it just filled up and
Uncovered it.
blew that whole mountain out. But then it ran down here, and then the neighbors that live in the green roof, Dave and Jennifer, they had moved their cars up because the creek bed that was behind them had turned into river, and they were moving their cars up here just below Gayla's house so they wouldn't get flooded out.
Yeah.
Right.
And the mudslide hit them, threw them all the way back down in their car, T-boned them into a tree.
Is this right here safe to walk on?
Yeah.
Past that shovel?
Mhm.
We'll go down there with you.
They actually took him, he broke his back, but they crawled out of the back of the vehicle. And then
So I'm going to take you down and show you where, once it went through her house, it came down across the road. Hopefully I don't hurt myself here. So it came down across the road and then filled in on the other side over there. And so when we come back around, hopefully we can get some footage, but there are cars that are crashed down over there. But you can just see her house is just laid up on the edge of this bank or this hill. Just keep trying to block some of that side. This is crazy.
All right, so our good friends over at Ruck, they've donated a rack system. And so what's awesome is that Jeff, one of the guys organizing all this stuff, is a Jeeper himself. So now he's going to be able to throw this Ruck rack on his Jeep, and that's going to help him be able to carry more supplies to those folks that need it. Because as you can see, his Jeep's pretty full inside, so he needs all the extra he could get. So thanks so much, Ruck. So here you can see where the house washed. Went over the road there. So all of this is mudslide. So the entire road is just, the landslide goes all the way down. Look at all that down there. There's the car, one of the cars that was crushed. And there were people inside that, and the man broke his back and was still able to climb out the back of the car. Guys, we're here in Green Mountain, and you can see as we come up on Mike's place, it looks like they have cleaned a ton, and that's actually Mike right there. Yeah. They have cleaned a ton. Look in front of his house; it's all clean. Wow. So here is Mike's shed, and you can see he had a door that goes straight through to the camper. So he's going to join that camper and that shed together, and that way he can start trying to rebuild the house. So guys, what used to be Red Hill Hardware, they've now set up and started cooking for the community, and they've kind of become a distribution hub. So we're going to go in here and talk to these guys.
I am here with Colton, and Colton oversees the CRI, which is the Community Rebuild Initiative, and he is located in the Red Hill community of Bakersville. Now, Colton, we've been talking with you a little bit, and first of all, tell me why you chose to set this up.
So, we had some stuff, some different distribution sites that were closing down. I felt the need that people still needed that stuff. So it all started with people bringing their stuff to me that had already been picked through, and then we kind of distributed that out, and then we had some people reach out to us and get more things. But as far as building location, we're in the old Red Hill Hardware store, and we're actually in the middle of 3 different fire districts, and then less than a mile away is Yancey County. So we're kind of on the corner of all that's happening. We try to offer a 24-hour call line. I can get you that number too.
Okay,
perfect.
And then we offer welfare checks as far as within a reasonable distance, and if not, then we can reach out to other agencies in those areas as well.
And then you have the distribution center
We have the
here,
distribution center
supplying
a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
I tell people we're about like Walmart.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very organized here. You have coats. You have brand new coats. I see fuel. I see groceries.
Buddy heaters.
Things of that. Things like that. So it looks like that you have volunteers setting up to serve hot meals as well.
Yes. So we are working with another group out of Bakersville.
Okay.
It's another little like community thing. Somebody in the community decided to step up and start a distribution site and feeding people. So she's coordinating all that. I just gave my parking lot for anybody that needs it. They can use it.
And then folks can just come by here and get a hot meal.
So they've got free hot meals. Everything in here is free. you come get what you need. There's not very many limits on anything in here as far as what people need, because we believe that we're not the judge of what people need.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
If they're taking it, they need it.
if they're taking it, and what they do with it is between them and,
Yep.
and whoever. So
I see you have a lot of a very, very good selection of items for people to choose from. What are some immediate needs that you guys still have?
So we've got a whole list of people that are in campers that need the generators, the 3500s and up.
So a 3500 generator and up.
Yes.
So you've got people that are in campers currently, but they don't have a generator to run the camper.
Right.
Yes. And then we're of course not turning down the buddy heaters, because we do our delivery and the distribution site too, so those don't last very long.
Okay.
So buddy heaters.
Another thing that we're asking for that we do get sometimes is the little green propane tank.
Okay.
Yep.
And the butane.
Okay.
Right there.
Oh, I haven't seen the
So
butane.
this right here.
So what are we using the butane for? For
So
little
the
ovens?
butane goes with these stoves.
Oh, look.
Cook stove.
So nice, the tabletop cook stove. I didn't even think of those.
Yeah.
So
So
this
I've
is
got
something that's
some.
kind of been off of our radar for a while, guys. So
This is very hard to get apparently.
Okay.
This is actually the only case that we have.
Okay.
I do have some stoves that run off propane and butane.
Okay.
So it's kind of the dual fuel and that.
So right now,
opens up a little
another
more.
big need would be they're 1 pound,
1 pound?
1 pound
Yeah.
green
Yeah.
canisters.
yeah, like the
and
Coleman
then,
green canisters.
Some cases of butane.
Yes,
To help with cooking.
I know a lot of distribution sites that we're kind of helping too. That is one of the main things on their list is
Is butane. Okay.
And at first we had a ton of that up
Yeah.
here, but I guess now that it's getting colder, people are really,
Yeah.
really starting to have to use it.
And then
more.
I think you also mentioned paper towels.
Yes.
Of all things.
Of all things, you would think
A
that
lot
we
of
would have
distribution
paper
centers
towels.
have been full of those things,
Yes.
but you are running low on paper towels.
Now that a lot of those distribution centers are starting to break down, they've had different agencies come in and take that elsewhere.
Okay.
Not sure if that's going to bigger distribution centers or where else, but a lot of your smaller ones that are still open are needing paper towels and toilet paper.
Okay, we got this. Come on, YouTube, let's provide.
With the toilet paper, they are asking if it's the packs.
Like the 4-pack.
Yes, so a lot of the toilet paper that we have here is the singular rolls that are wrapped in paper.
Yeah.
But as soon as they spill or something, it's
done.
It's done. But yeah, that's a big one.
Now, Colton, tell us a little bit about how much outside help have you guys received, or how much FEMA assistance have you seen in your area?
So as far as the area goes, we've seen a lot of outside help, meaning like you guys.
Civilians.
Just coming in to see what they can do. As far as like a government standby, we've not really seen much of that.
So you haven't seen FEMA?
I personally have not seen FEMA.
Okay.
And I've been since day one. I've not seen them.
Okay.
I do know that we are working right now with 6 homes, a store building, and 2 churches. A lot of those homeowners have been denied help from FEMA.
And were their homes destroyed?
Yes.
Completely destroyed.
Some of them are gone
goodness.
completely.
And they're still getting denied.
Yes, they're getting denied, and they keep telling them that they need to resubmit. And they've resubmitted 2 or 3 times, and they'll send them, instead of like the $750 that everybody was supposed to get, they're sending them like $300 if they get anything.
What does that even do when your house is down a river?
Nothing.
It's unreal.
Nothing. So through the Cry Foundation too, we take financial donations,
Okay.
and that can be from anybody.
Okay.
And we put that into the community. So this morning we gave $1,000, which I thought was great because we've not been here maybe actively as a foundation and a distribution site. We've been here almost a month.
Okay.
Wow, that's
even been
awesome.
there.
And you already had $1,000 to give
We've
out.
actually got $2,000, but we were splitting that between 2 families.
Okay.
So we gave that away this morning, and the guy that we gave it to, he lost everything. And he was in the distribution center. We handed it to him, and he turned around and put it back in the donation box for somebody else.
That gives me cold.
Yeah, these mountain people are so strong, and you know that's a big issue for the distribution centers. These mountain folk are so strong, they don't want to ask for help. They don't want to tell you what they need because they want to just make it on their own and let other people that they think are more deserving use these items. But it's going to eventually get to a point where they have to accept it, and we're here to do it, and it's what we want to do. We want to help you guys. You don't have to be strong. It's okay to need help sometimes.
Any final words, Colton? Anything else that you would want, the rest of the world to know about what's
A message
going on
about
in
what's going on
Red
up
Hill
here.
or in Bakersville, or in Poplar, or in Green Mountain, in this area right now?
So I'll tell you a little bit about the distribution itself as far as who runs that. Me and my wife come up with the idea to do that. When all this kind of settles down, we're not going to stop. We're going to specialize in the house fire victims and needy families.
Okay.
And then, of course, if something else,
Disaster
heaven
relief.
forbid, something else happens,
wanna be
we can help other areas, including ourselves, with that. But that's about it. Other than thank you.
Awesome. So Colton, their group can be found on Facebook, and then we'll also drop. Do you have links like to a website or links to your
An address where they can send donations?
I can get that to you guys.
So we'll drop all the information on how you can donate or how you can help the CRI continue their mission. So thanks so much for your time,
Thank
Colton.
you.
We appreciate
Thanks for what you're doing,
and
buddy.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job.
Out here at the Cry Hub, which is the old Red Hill hardware store, you also see these wonderful people out here in the cold, cooking in these wonderful cast iron pots, kettles, making just good barbecue. And this is Big John's out here, and I'm telling you guys, if you had smell-o-vision, you would you'd be a happy camper right now because this smells amazing. So they're out here feeding people, and I think different restaurants set up out here all the time to give out hot meals for folks.
Because Bakersville is like so much closer to us, and Snow Creek, I remember passing Snow Creek, so I know it's back this side. So then when you put it in, do all of these, and she tells you what she was describing is exactly what this says.
Yep.
Okay. And then over here, once you get to Hunter Ridge, this is just what you drop off.
So guys, depending on where we go, we have individually wrapped meals here. You can see there. And then we have big half and whole pans of different items. So depending on which house we're stopping at, that kind of depends on what they get.
Oh, there's up in there. So all these meals are the same.
And look how yummy this stuff looks, guys. It looks
Now I see why
yummy.
you're confused with where the boxes were.
So in each of the
my gosh.
little individuals, you can see what they get. Tons of meat and veggies. So every time we come up here and volunteer, we meet some amazing people. And I think these guys may have the distance record. So these are two awesome folks that are down here volunteering. And where are you from?
We're from Parkman, Maine.
And how long have you been down here?
This is our second time down, almost a week, and we'll be here another week, and then we'll probably come back after that.
So where are you staying right now?
We are staying right up there in that 34.
We brought it with us.
All right, you brought a trailer all the way from Maine. So you folks that are actually in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee that are just watching this on TV and not getting out here helping, these folks came all the way from Maine. So what's your excuse? Come give us a weekend, give us a day, give us 6 hours. That's all that matters. So is it much worse down here than what you thought it was going to be when you were on your way down? I don't think that the picture's really been painted as to how badly some of these areas are hit. So what are your thoughts?
Well, so we don't watch TV, so we didn't see it. But,
Perfect.
Friends and family of ours in Maine would tell us, why do you have to go back down there? They're fine. Everything's fine. FEMA's there. Red Cross is there. And I knew that they weren't there. They're not here, that we've seen. So that's how we told people that the media is not covering what should be covered. So, yeah.
There's still a lot of work being done down here from every aspect, from relief, and then really interestingly, there are more dump trucks here than I've ever seen.
Oh, for sure,
Anywhere.
for sure. There needs to be so much gravel brought to this area.
Yep.
For sure.
filling in roads still, and there's still lots of stuff that's broken and being fixed. And then they actually got new power lines up in some places, but the old lines are still there, so you just have to watch out when you're traveling down the road.
For
you don't
sure.
hit them.
So is there a message that you would send out to other people that are thinking of volunteering or wondering if everything's okay? What's a message that you would tell folks that are kind of sitting on the fence or that have listened to the media and think it's okay down here?
I would say go on Facebook and Google any number of these towns down here, and you'll pick up like a Burnsville Hub or Let's Talk Spruce Pine, and you are needed. Hands on the ground, boots on the ground is absolutely needed. Don't think that you're not. Donations are needed. No clothes. No more.
They're not
clothes.
okay down here, folks.
not
That's
okay.
the message. They're not okay down here. And they're going to need us for a long time. And we thank you guys, especially for coming so far. That's awesome. So I hope there's a lot more like you out there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
She just loaded up the last 2 power stations that EcoFlow donated from Average Joe. So they've got 2 300-watt systems with solar panels. That's the final one.
Hey everyone, my name is Alyssa and I'm with Rising Light Relief based out of Bakersville, North Carolina. Welcome to what was my home and is now a distribution center for Helene Relief. Basically, I was one of the lucky ones after Helene and started trying to help my neighbors. Started with a pot of chicken stew in the back of my Subaru, driving the Tow River Road, and stopped at a camper and asked the guy, like, hey man, do you need a hot meal? And he came out with a dirty dog bowl because it was all he had to take soup from us, and was so pumped on a hot meal. And it was through those meals that we realized we were able to connect to people. You know, oh, I don't need anything, somebody else needs it more. Well, after the second or third hot meal, we become family. And so they trust us, and they're able to say, well, you know, I'm hand hauling wood at 74 because my wheelbarrow went down the river. So that would be great. We get them a wheelbarrow. Our friend in the camper with the dog bowl, he had silverware, he had plates, he had a generator, he had muck boots, he had clothing the next day. And we continue to feed those same people now. So that's been going on for about 7 weeks. What started out as that pot of chicken stew, we're now up to feeding 450 people a week.
Wow.
We feed 200 one day, then 250 the next, and we rotate routes. And we service Mitchell County, Yancey County, Avery, and McDowell.
That is beautiful.
It's insane. And then this distribution center, basically we have supplies here that I can run supplies out with the next meal if somebody requests them. So if somebody says, hey, I need propane, whatever, we bring it with the next food run.
Beautiful.
With this most recent cold front, we actually sent out letters to each person that said, hey, the county has issued a weather warning. You need to be prepared that we may lose power. And if you don't have enough food, water, or alternate heat source to stay warm, fed, hydrated for up to 72 hours, here's my number, call me. We also sent out our Thanksgiving menu because we are doing Thanksgiving for 550. And we have these amazing smile items from an Amazon wish list that donors have sent us because for 9 weeks, people have been told, take what you need. And a lot of them aren't even taking that because they believe somebody else needs it more. I want to say, go to Car 2 and take something that makes you smile.
Yeah, just a nice little want, not a need, a want.
A want. So we have, you know, cool like Carhartts and little Yeti cups and heated blankets and like heating pads.
Eye mask. I saw those.
Yes,
on
a couple
there.
eye masks in there for sure.
Yeah.
Just things that, you know, really go out the window when you're trying to recover, rebuild, when you've lost everything.
From a disaster.
And for Christmas, we're going to be doing something very similar. So you'll be able to, our Thanksgiving smile list is cut off at this point because deliveries won't come in time for Thanksgiving. But we just posted the one for Christmas. For Christmas, we're doing a Christmas market and a Christmas catalog. So because the 450 we serve are mostly elderly, disabled, people who lost their homes or vehicles to the storm, we're going to do kind of like the old Sears catalog and have all of our little smile items in there, and we'll go around to the people
And
who
let
can't
them
get
pick.
out and let them pick
That's
like,
so
2-3 things
cool.
out of the catalog.
So we've got to make sure we get all that in the description.
So much. We need so many gifts. And from the smile catalog, they'll be able to pick out what they want. We'll then also show up with a couple extra goodies, some homemade cookies, all that fun stuff.
Nice.
At Thanksgiving, we're giving a lot of the elders those beautiful ceramic trees so they can have a little bit of Christmas this season. And then for families who can get out, we're going to do a holiday market. So a lot of what I'm seeing is people wanting to adopt a family for Christmas. And while I believe it's very well intentioned and needed, I do think there's a way to do Christmas in a way that restores dignity for people who have lost so much. And so we're going to allow parents to come to a market where their kids can do activities and eat good food and see Santa. And in the other room, the parents are shopping from the free goods that we have. to be able to do Christmas for their kids.
You're trying to make me cry, and I just met you.
Yeah. And then they'll also be able to pick gifts for themselves, for each other. But in order to do that, we need a lot of smile items to make this special for this community. The last thing you want is to be the person who shows up at 4 o'clock and there's
nothing there.
1 bar of chocolate. So that's upcoming. We're also going to have some auctions upcoming. So check us out at risinglightrelief.com. We are in the process of switching to a .org because we're going to have our nonprofit status.
Beautiful.
And check us out there for ways to donate for our smile items lists and our ongoing needs lists that I keep updated based on community feedback, and also other ways to donate, support us, or volunteer.
Beautiful. And if they wanted to, say people just wanted to, I guess your shipping info is in your Amazon wish list. If they buy the item, it's just going to come straight here. Perfect. That makes it easy, guys.
Absolutely.
Okay. If they wanted to send monetary donations, do they do that online?
Yeah, so we have the Venmo, PayPal. We also have a GoFundMe. They do take an administrative fee. And then checks can be written to the EIN. We also have a nonprofit partner in Ohio, Veterans Celebrating Life, is a registered EIN. They've been around since 2017. Most of the people we serve are veterans. And so they have sponsored us where any donations made to Rising Light through their nonprofit come directly to me.
Perfect. So we got our meals. We're going to be doing 15 deliveries today. So I'm not going to show you where we're delivering. Just know that these people are awesome. And the fact that they're feeding, 450 people a week is ridiculous. And we're just so honored to be able to do this. So let's go hand out some hot meals. And I'll tell you, how's it smell, babe?
It smells delicious.
It smells delicious in here. So some of these houses are very, very far back in the hills. And like Alyssa said, the majority of these people, maybe they were elderly and they lost their vehicles. So they don't have a way to go out and get their own food. So that's why they have these volunteer parties that go out and deliver this stuff. So this is, you can see a brand new bridge here because look at the mess of what the old was. So this is something they've just put up and it's just a mess down through there, guys. Look at what this river did, how wide. There's houses down there in the river. It's crazy. Guys, it is just still such a wreck through here. Let's see. All right, guys, so during our food delivery, we ran across John here, and I just want to kind of showcase what John's dealing with at his property. And so he has a critical need for a mason, and I want to show you why. So
there's 54 feet of it missing foundation.
54 feet of missing foundation.
Now, it has 4 major supports, but it's really weak. So
when we're asking folks, what could we do to help? You see from this picture, he's got to be overwhelmed with the amount of work that he has ahead of him. So just imagine, guys, all your things just sitting out here because they're covered in mud or they're wet, they're gonna mold. We had a fantastic collection of bicycles here. So again, John is in need of a mason. So do your thing, internet. And if anyone is interested in lending John a hand up here, just get a message to us and we will hook you guys up. We are looking at John's house and something really neat. He is a glass blower. So that's what he does, guys. So maybe if you're interested in that, selling some of his art can help him get back on his feet. So guys, it's just a disaster out here, and this one's really sad. This is the Micaville Elementary School, and you can see it was a beautiful building, and the entire building is now condemned. They will never be able to have school there again. Guys, we're getting ready to come up on a really bad landslide that happened here in Micaville. And the house is already gone, but this landslide was just unreal. Wait to see this. So on Kim's side, you can see tons of damage, but look, it came from way up there all the way down and just, well, destroyed everything on this side of the road. So I showed you where the landslide started. Now I'm going to show you its path of destruction. You're going to see them burning a fire, and where they are burning was absolutely, so look at that, just took everything out. So where they're burning right here was a beautiful house that was just completely destroyed. So look at what the landslide did. And that's something you're going to see everywhere, guys. I'm going to try to zoom in. Look at the messaging. These folks are strong. They are not letting this beat them. We could all be a little more resilient like these folks.
So we got back pretty late last night after doing deliveries, and it was dark, so we didn't get to close it out. But we just wanted to kind of recap how our day went in Western North Carolina yesterday. We started off at a drop-off location to donate some heaters to Pastor Arnett, and they need some non-perishable items, things of that nature. We've actually listed put a list of what those needs are on our Facebook page. So if you are interested in making those contributions, jump over there. Those needs change pretty often. It's a very, very fluid situation. So always check our Facebook pages for a list of immediate needs. The next stop was in Pensacola. We dropped by and seen Jeff, that is over Mission Recovery, and donated a ruck rack from Jason Morgan. Those guys helped provide us with a ruck rack to allow them additional storage room so that they can transport more goods to folks that are in the devastated areas. Believe it or not, we're 9 weeks out, 9 weeks, and there are still people without vehicles and still people unable to get out of their homes and get to public locations. So these distribution centers are critical in making sure that these people have supplies and getting the things that they need. So before heading out to deliver food, we made a couple of additional stops, and that was at Mike's place. You guys have seen us we were at his place where we mucked out his home. It was really cool to see that all of the debris has been cleared away at his house, and to see him start to get a little tiny bit of normalcy back into his life. Having a new shelter put up, starting to make some progress on it. Also starting to get some of his property drying out. They're still waiting for final word as to whether or not he's going to be able to rebuild there. So it was really nice to check in with Mike and see how he's doing and see how he's progressing. And then we made the stop at Colton's place for CRI, and that is a really great setup and a really great way to help out. One of the things we did not get on video and we wanted to mention is Colton and CRI are in desperate need of a vehicle. Right now they're delivering supplies in an Explorer, and that makes it really challenging to get so many supplies out to as many residents as they need to. So what they're looking for is a van, just an older model van, or a very small box truck. So that they can get in and out of these areas and deliver more supplies all at once instead of having to make multiple trips back to the distribution center. So if anybody has a van or a small box truck that they're willing to donate.
Said a truck as well.
A truck.
Even a truck.
Would be helpful. So if anybody is willing to make that donation, I know sometimes that's a big ask, but if you just happen to have an old work something laying around, those folks would be more than grateful and could definitely put it to use to helping those residents.
Absolutely.
And then delivering food. That was phenomenal. Yeah. Alyssa, what she's doing at Rising Life Relief is just amazing. All of her links are going to be down in the description so that you guys can help to contribute to her mission for Christmas and to also continue to feed these elderly residents. It was such a great feeling to be able to hand those hot meals to those folks. Yeah. In those areas. They were very, very pleased. They don't get out very much. Most of them are out without a vehicle. So to be able to supply to them in these times has just been really, really awesome. And Alyssa's doing an amazing job at Rising Light Relief. So anything else to add?
No, you killed it. You pretty much took it all. I'm just a phone holder. So all right, y'all. Something that she doesn't talk about, and I think it needs to be talked about. Every one of these stops we made, we asked them what kind of government response they've gotten, and there hasn't been any. Even Mike, it's been 9 weeks. He has no word from FEMA whatsoever.
And he's stopping every week.
He
to their
stops
office.
in every Friday to FEMA for 9 weeks now and still knows absolutely nothing.
They're still working on it.
And his SBA loan for $10,000 was denied because they're out of funding. So stop watching the news and letting them tell you everything is okay up here. It looks almost the exact same as it did when the hurricane happened. These people are still in trouble. All the civilians are working their tails off. All the churches, all the little nonprofit organizations, they're all working their tails off. We're not okay. We need help. We need manpower. Don't forget about us. That's the message.
Absolutely.
So thanks for watching, and just continue on. We're going to be doing this for the long haul. So just keep watching these wonderful people do wonderful things. Hopefully it inspires you to do the same.